We're just doing our final preparations before we head away. We've got a lovely westerly wind, perfect wind today. And John is getting himself prepared for the sun, as you can see in my background. Getting the sunblock on. Yeah, as I said, we've a lovely west to northwest wind today until 6 o'clock this evening, and then it will turn more southwesterly. We are bringing up the anchor under sail. We have our engine in just tick over mode in case we need it, but we're trying something new. This is the first time we've ever done this, so bye Isle of Man. It was nice visiting you again after so long. Heading 147, please magnetic.
So we're getting about 9-10 knots of wind, and we're slipping along nicely at about 4.8 to 5 knots. So really well. We're on our way to the Menai Straits from the Isle of Man, and having a cracking good sail. So it's important to have good foul weather gear, because the weather has turned a bit cold due to the wind. So it's 15, 16, actually from the southwest. So this cools things down a bit. So we put on our full foul weather gear, and a lot more comfortable now.
As you see, modelled by John.
We're approaching an area near a TSS off the northwest coast of Anglesey, and all we see is one large, I guess it's a coaster type vessel, but it's basically south of our position, so it's not a concern for us. It's heading southwest.
So we have 34.7 nautical miles left to go on our transit as far as the entrance to the Menai Straits. We have had a very good passage so far, but it has just turned nippy in the last hour or so. The blue skies have disappeared on us, unfortunately. We're clipping along at 6.5 to 7 knots speed over ground with 15 knots of wind. We're making very good progress. By the sounds of the weather forecast, today was the absolute perfect day to travel, as there is rain due in tomorrow. At least there's no wind warnings to worry about, so that's always a good thing to know.
So hopefully we can get into the outer road, which is basically at the entrance to the Menai Straits. But typically, if you have any sort of foul tide or wind over tide, it can be very dangerous, or at least an experience to be remembered, I think, is one nautical writer put it. So we'll just see how it is, and if it's too rough, we'll just go into that little bay north of the channel, and if it's not, we go straight through and anchor. We'll have better protection from any sort of southwesterly or northwesterly in there.
And we currently have 23.9 nautical miles left to go. And we're doing 7.3 knots of speed over ground. So, woohoo! Cowabunga, dude! Surfing 9.3 a knot wave! Woohoo! How do you do it?
I have no idea.
Approaching Wales. 11 miles away. So we have 5 3/4 miles left to the entrance of the Menai Straits, and we are currently doing 2.9 knots. We have a headwind. Yay! Just what we need. So our sails are down, motor's on, and we're trying to get to an anchorage for this evening. Trindu. I hope we haven't absolutely annihilated that pronunciation, but for anybody who is Welsh, please excuse us. TrywndU, 2 words. Trindu. That's probably as far as we're going to get tonight. We had been hoping to get to Beaumaris and drop our anchor there, but
We have a headwind.
we have a headwind.
16, 17 knots.
Yeah.
So the sails had to go down, and there's also a current against us of a couple of knots as well. So normally we do about 5 knots at 2,000 revs. We're doing about 2.5 to 3 knots. So it's down east. We got 2.5 knots against us.
So that's the executive decision. Greetings from Trindu Anchorage. We have one other boat here with us, and we just set our anchor at 20 past 11 at night. So basically a 12-hour sail down from Port St. Mary. Seems to be a lovely little sheltered anchorage here. We're tucked in. There's a cliff face off to our west. We've got Puffin Island behind us and the lighthouse. So we're tucked in nicely for the night. And I'm just getting a bit of hot food into us. First of all, we want to stay up for a little while just to check that the anchor is holding on its transits.